We're going now to Dominic. Dominic is on a webcam in Holland at The Hague to talk about The Hague. Welcome, Dominic.
Hi, Lauren.
Just give us an outline of why you're at The Hague and what you're representing, hoping to do for the Bahraini people.
Okay, well, we've come from Britain just this morning. I'm here with 5 extremely courageous, extremely brave Bahrainis who are risking their own lives as well as the lives of their families to try and bring a criminal prosecution against the Bahraini royal family in relation to the war crimes that they recently committed during the Saudi occupation and also their general crimes against humanity. I've got people here with me who've recently been tortured, who've recently been imprisoned in Bahrain, and they're basically bringing their case forward to the International Criminal Court to try and bring some sort of justice to their case.
Can you just outline what is the process to go through now? Because you can bring people to The Hague, but you can't necessarily make them take a court case.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, obviously, we're going to be going tomorrow to the International Criminal Court itself to try and petition the prosecutor to bring that case forward. We've got evidence of torture. We've got evidence of all sorts of repression that's taken place. First-hand testimonies, which hopefully will be heard by the prosecutor, which then will hopefully get the ball rolling on a proper criminal case. But at the moment, obviously, it's just important to bring this issue to international attention because it's an issue that hasn't really had necessarily the right amount of attention that it should have had in the media.
Dominic, as far as I know, there's never been a successful case against a royal family on the grounds of brutality.
Yeah, that might well be the case, but I don't think that's a reason in itself to not try it. I think, just given the amount of people that have suffered under this regime, it's important that we try every single avenue, whether they be legal or political, to try and bring some sort of justice, and that's what we're here to do. Win or lose, we want to try and make the point that it's unacceptable.
And do you know, to the family that you're representing and helping, how are they able to take care of their family back in Bahrain? Because surely the whole extended family will now be at risk of violence. Is that right?
Yeah, well, that's absolutely true. And, I've got nothing but admiration for the courage and the bravery of the Bahrainis that I'm here with, who are, very willing to come on camera, very willing to take part in this. But, yeah, of course, they know the risks. And actually, a little bit later in the show, you'll be speaking to one of them who was actually in prison just in August. So you could probably ask him a little bit more about that.
We'll do that. Thanks very much, Dominic. We'll leave that just for a moment. Thanks very much, Dominic, at The Hague, for joining us there. We're now able to go to Roxanne in London. Roxanne, welcome to Comment. What would you like to talk about this evening?
Hi, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak, actually. Could I say something before I go to the main point, please?
Yes, go ahead.
I've called sometime a couple of months ago regarding the Press TV's website, and they've got this Kashmir under India's name. It's like they clamped Kashmir under Indian name, just like they would do with Israel, to clamp Palestine with Israel. And I complained about this and been hoping the Press TV would try to rectify the problem, but so far I haven't seen any change to it.
Well, do you know what, Roxanne? You've come to the right place. You're live on air, and our executives will be listening, and inshallah they will take it on board this time.
Please.
What else would you like to talk about? It's a very good point.
Please. Right, my point about the recent events taking place in Pakistan, regarding Bin Laden and America and all this palaver that has been going on, and the world, and America really wants us to accept what America wants us to know and to accept, basically. And every time America raises a false flag operations, he wants the world to accept it as they tell us. And this, what they had done to the Pakistan sovereignty and Pakistan's and the violation of international law, destroying Pakistan's integrity by going in without letting Pakistan armed forces to know what the operation that they were going to involve in operation. And before that, they were actually both involved in the same operations across the border, whereas in this case they just went in.
Roxanne, let me just ask you a question.
Killing the people, Pardon?
I just want to ask you a quick question, Roxanne. What do you think would happen internationally if, say, Pakistan's leaders ordered a sting by a military operation on American soil against, say, a Canadian criminal? What do you think would be done?
Exactly. This is it. This is exactly a funny situation. I was reading some news coming out from America, basically, where a UN commission basically asked US for facts on Osama's killings, right? And basically, they are saying it was lawful for America to go in to take a
of course, America are the good guys. They're allowed to.
And it's like, you know, you were just talking to the other person about the Hague Court and all this, and, you know, the Arab leaders should be tried there. And who's going to try USA?
Very good question. Thanks, Roxanne. I take that point. Who's going to try the USA? Perhaps you have something to say about that. Is it legal, this extrajudicial killing, this sending of troopers to foreign lands, of special forces to do special ops? I mean, it's something that Israel did recently. We might remember in Dubai, killing a Hamas official there, illegally crossing all international boundaries, all international legality, to carry out their murderous assassinations. Let us know your thoughts. We can go now to Glenn in Portsmouth. Welcome, Glenn, to comment. What would you like to say? Are you there, Glenn?
I'd like to say the alleged assassination of Osama bin Laden. One would have to be breathtakingly naive to believe just about anything which Obama and the White House and Pentagon are putting out concerning this. You know, they engaged in this complicated, highly dangerous maneuver without any of their soldiers being killed. They bury the person they've assassinated as supposed to be Osama bin Laden at sea, because they say that if they buried him in a public situation on dry land, that would have attracted unwelcome attention, or it would have damaged the United States or the fight against terrorism. I can't see why. And also, they refused to release photographs of the man.
Glenn, let me just stop you a second, because I want to ask you, a book's come out this week, I think, called Osama Wanted Dead or Alive. It's released in America. There was a great deal of research done, and what the author of that book found is that Osama bin Laden died of kidney failure on December the 13th, 2001, in Tora Bora. What do you think of that, Glenn?
I think that's highly likely. I think that scenario is more likely than the fantastical fairy tale scenarios put up by Obama and the White House.
OK, so why have they done this now, then?
I don't know. I don't know. It fits in with the theory put forward by some American analysts who've spoken on your excellent program, that the United States wants to indulge in a sort of eternal war program. And every time it takes a war, it's engaged in warlike action, killing people or violating their territorial integrity. It has to have, in quotes, a good moral reason for doing this.
OK, Glenn in Portsmouth, thanks very much for joining us once again. We're going to go now to Mr. Chowdhury in Birmingham. Welcome, Mr. Chowdhury, to comment. What would you like to say?
Hi, Lauren. Hello to you and the viewers. There's just a few points I'd like to ask yourselves and the viewers on their view. Now, the United States are alleging that Osama lived there for 10 years in Abbottabad in Pakistan. Now, in a small, village, the neighbours would have known there's a big ransom on his head. And with the climate these days, with everyone, going out, killing each other for £50 here and there, wouldn't somebody have picked up on that? And,
well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's been living there for 10 years, and also somebody who took on the world power, he's going to hide behind his wife. First, he put out the Soviet Union, with the help of the Mujahideen there. Then he took on the world. And, the point I'd like to make is the way they portray the Muslims and the way they want to make Muslim sound as cowards, that really, really was, to me, it was so cynical of them. And
So you're feeling, you know, uncomfortable about the humiliation heaped on someone who's just, you know, been shown dead, presumably, and you're not comfortable with that. But what about the activities of American forces in Pakistan? Do you have any thoughts on how the Pakistanis will or should react to that?
I'll be honest with you, for the Pakistani government and the authorities in Pakistan, it's a slap in the face. You know, we as a nation, they need to sort of reconsider their policies that they have with these governments and put their own people's interests first. So really and truly, you know, they're making their own people suffer.
OK, Mr Chowdhury, thanks very much for your call. We'll go now to our next caller, who is Falif in London. Welcome to Comment. What would you like to say? Falif in London, if you're there, what would you like to talk about?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
First of all, I want to give my wife, she wants to say something.
OK, go ahead. Hello?
Hello, yes?
Yes, sister, what would you like to say this evening?
Yeah, I just want to say something about Bin Laden today.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, it's just like what American people are saying, because for me today, what I dream about him, I dream he died in Mecca. He went for Hajj and he died there. Saudi Arabia people kept the body and the American people came and took the body. Then they just make us a plan, took the body to Pakistan, and they say that they kill him here while he is dead, and as a secret, they keep the body and come there to kill the other people, doing as an action. People know why then they don't show the body, and they are hiding the body from the wall.
OK, I think once we go into Dreamland, we're going into Obama territory. Clearly, some of his military advisors are also in Dreamland. But thanks very much for sharing that dream there, Falif. We're going now to Sam Halim very quickly in Australia. Sam, welcome to Comment. What would you like to say?
Actually, I would like to make some comments on the revolution in
You're going to need to be quite brief. We're quite short on the time in this segment.
Hello?
Yep, Sam,
yes.
You're going to need to be quite quick.
All right. Just saying that the revolution is taking place there is the best thing that ever happened to the Arabs. It was time for them to uprise and change to... it's just the rulers, the dictators that ruling the Arab world. They have been there for some of them for up to 40 years, and these people they have to go. The Arabs have to remove them if they want to transfer from Middle Ages to the 21st century. There is no other way but to remove them. What happened in Egypt is the best thing that ever happened to the Egyptians.
Yep, you're absolutely right there, Sam. Certainly the Egyptians have a lot to celebrate in what they've accomplished so far, but none of those revolutions are yet complete. Problems in Tunisia continue, with the Al-Nassr party being attacked by strange internal forces, and of course ongoing work in Egypt. Well, we're coming up to a break now and come back for more calls after this. Don't go away.